Welcome to Effortless Being, where it takes no effort just to be. I have some guests on the line today, and we're going to be talking about our new book, Effortless Abundance, which is now out on Amazon. I have the co-author. She's going to hold up the book. There's Julie Claudier, my co-author. There it is, Effortless
Wait, look at
Abundance.
the color. It goes with the dress.
Oh, it's beautiful. It just
Yes. I
dazzles
didn't
and
even, I
pops.
did not plan this, I swear.
Everything is spontaneous with Effortless Being, right? And then we have Rebecca Hamilton. She actually did the book for us on audiobook. She's the voice out on Audible right now. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome.
But
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. This is awesome. And I'm so excited to be here and chat with you about your book. I thought it was fantastic. I loved reading it. And yeah, it's just a topic that I'm super passionate about personally as well. So it was really fun for me, a fun project.
It was fun for me too, like doing this book with Julie. And Julie's the perfect person to do it with because she really embodies effortless abundance in her life. She's also a deep transformational coach on abundance, and she just lives it in her everyday life. And I love watching her videos each and every day, very inspirational, and seeing how the offers and things that she puts out there with such confidence. And it's just beautiful to how she's uplifting and helping people realize that they truly are abundant. And what I liked about this particular book with abundance is, in the world, and I went through this myself, is you have to work hard and strive, to
Yeah.
get money, to be abundant. And I was programmed that way growing up in the West. They teach you that, you have to work hard to get money and do all this. But I found it not to be true at
it's not
all.
true.
It's not true. Like our birthright is abundance. And it comes to you with ease when you realize what you truly are. That's the thing. It starts with knowing what you truly are. When you feel and you know what you truly are, like there's like this conviction or this knowingness that you are infinitely worthy to receive abundance effortlessly, just by your birthright. Your presence alone is the worth. And it's like as you walk, the ground appears, and as you spend, you replenish effortlessly. And we've seen this time and time again. A lot of it is just letting go of these limited beliefs and adopting new perceptions, for ourselves to really believe we can be, do, and have everything we want. How about you,
And
Julie? What did you think?
allowing ourselves to prove it to ourselves.
Ah,
Because so that it's not just an idea in the mind. You dare to step in the unknown and see. Dare to see what's gonna happen if I don't go this 9 to 5 job that I don't like. What's gonna happen really?
yeah, and the book really gets into that because it helps you realize what you truly are. So you have that trust, to be able to do that. Some people in the 9 to 5, they're striving, they have limited beliefs. They feel like they believe the mind and the limited thoughts say, oh, if I do this, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Or I really, they have all these fear. Like it's
And
almost
it's
like the
not
mind
true.
uses fear to hold people into place. But in the book, we really help people to see that, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear.
Yeah.
You can do it. And we've done it. And many other people have done it when they believe and they know what they truly are and trust that it's going to
And
work
I
out for
don't
them.
mean to say that there's anything wrong with doing a 9 to 5 job. You can be
Right.
absolutely happy in that role. What I mean is doing something you don't like and
Yes.
forcing yourself to do it because you believe you might lack something. And I know it's like, it's not, it's scary to just say, okay, let's do it, let's see. But it's my experience that everything unfolds and support what you need in the moment. And it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna save money or have some common sense and be
Mhm.
practical, but it's when it gets to be too much of that, life is not much more fun anymore. Then there's something that's not balanced because it's supposed to be fun and light, and that's my
Yeah,
perspective.
I'm glad that you made that point because there are people out there that are doing the 9 to 5 and they're enjoying it. For them, it's like
Hmm.
play going to work, and that's okay too.
Yeah,
But for those that are,
playful.
yeah, you can just make the 9 to 5 playful. But if there's something else that you want and you're doing something that's, not making you happy and you're putting forth a lot of effort and striving, it's time maybe just to pause and look back and say, can I have something better for myself, that I want to do? What's in alignment? What lights me up? What's my greatest joy? You know, ask yourself those questions and then go after it, whatever it
And
could
I
be.
love
Dream.
Rebecca's voice in the Audible. It's
Ah,
fantastic. It's really like just clean and easy to listen to, and like it's very easy to listen to the book. It's really nice.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, I'm so excited for
Yeah.
people to be able to listen to it. And I think it's so important to have different formats available because so many people prefer like listening or holding a book, and it's so different for everybody. So it's nice that you guys did that and made that a priority for your readers because the way that the book is written and so well explained, and I loved all of the examples that you guys had in it in every single chapter. It was so easy to understand because this topic can be tricky for people to wrap their head around, right? Because when we're stuck in the hustle and grind and the Western culture, like you were saying earlier, Rob, like when we are stuck and
Yeah.
immersed in that, we don't see other options. We don't see a way out. And I know for me personally, I've been in that situation as well, so I can totally relate to that. So, having a book like yours where it actually explains it and breaks it down so easy to understand with very tangible examples that people can see themselves in and be like, yeah, I actually struggled with that too. They can see themselves through the stories that you guys shared, and it makes it really easy to understand and achievable for them to want to try to implement it, right? Because obviously, if we've been on this journey for a long time, we know the language, we know what it means, we know how to implement it. But for somebody doing it for the first time in our normal culture, it is a culture shock, and it is really hard when you
Yeah.
start, trying to manifest things and go with the effortless abundance. And not only that, but there is so much information on the internet and different books that teach so many different angles. But the effortless abundance angle is the angle to go because there's a lot of stuff on manifesting,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the stuff that I've found on manifesting is like it's still kind of resistance, it's still kind of
Trying.
hustling, you're still trying to do something, right? So
Yeah.
I loved your whole approach on it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. And have you been on this journey? Like you've been on the journey of releasing limiting belief and allowing yourself to be guided by your heart?
Absolutely. So I've been on the self-development journey for a really, really long time, but only within the last maybe year or 2 years have I really started to understand the whole flow, the wu wei, letting things flow effortlessly instead of trying to, have a very specific vision and trying to manifest very specific things, trying to like surrender to what the universe, wants for me and my life and going with the flow. And oftentimes when I do, allow the universe to like flow and let things go properly, it works out way better than I even thought that it could anyway. So I'm like, well,
Ah,
it's easier for me. It's more fun. I enjoy life more. And the universe has a better plan than I thought that I had anyway. So it's just better all
isn't that
around.
wonderful? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Wow. And I do still speak about specification and being specific in what you want, but in a sense, it's not to achieve the goal. It's more to feel the frequency of it.
Hmm.
Feel
Yeah,
yourself in it. That you are, it's already yours.
yeah,
It's not, it's not out there somewhere. It seemed to be out there. So even if we go with numbers, I want to earn 25K a month in my heart-centered business, then you let it go. It's like, and then feel
yeah.
yourself in that abundance. How would you think? How would you feel? And how would you act if that was already the case? And that action from there is the inspired action because you stop doing something not to lose. You play full on. And you
Yeah,
let
I
go of
love
the
that.
number because the number is not what we want. What we want is the freedom to feel, to be ourselves, to be more of ourselves, more self-confident, more happier and bigger
Mhm.
and unapologetically ourselves, aligned with what makes us feel like good and joyful and it's like it's the magic, right?
Well, and because too, I think like when you're in that state of joy and having fun and letting things flow, you are vibrating at a higher frequency to be able to
Mhm.
attract those things. And a lot of people don't recognize what that feels like physically. So I love like in the book, it gives you a lot of tangible like tips and examples of how to embody that and embrace that so that people can actually know the difference of operating at a low frequency if they're in a 9 to 5 job that they absolutely hate and, how to change that around so that they can have the opportunity to attract those things, because you never are able to attract abundance or, even the material things that people want to attract if you're still at a, crappy lower frequency. It'll just never happen and people don't know why.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to raise your frequency in order to get there. So I love what you're saying about, yes, have a goal, but don't try to like force it and
Yeah.
work, think that you have to work hard to
Yeah.
achieve
Feel
something.
yourself in being that already,
Yes.
Yeah.
and relax into the feeling of that, because a lot of what creates our emotional state is that we're not aware of the inner talk
Hmm.
that is going on itself by itself. So there was inner talk in myself. I used to wake up like absolutely discouraged. I'm alone. No one loves me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what's gonna happen, how it's gonna go. And all that inner
Yeah.
voice created the experience of being feeling miserable. And as I started to have more awareness, what's that? Who's that voice anyway?
Yeah.
It says who? Is that really me? Is that really true? Can I start to find evidence that I am appreciated and I am loved? Oh, here's an evidence. Oh, here's that. Here's an evidence. And the more I focus on that, the more I could see that the other side of it wasn't true. It was
Yeah.
just habitual running on autopilot without any sense of distance to the voice
Hmm.
that was speaking. So it's
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
think that it's
really just,
real. That's the problem, is that
Oh,
you
yeah,
think that
true.
your subconscious voice is actually the truth, and it's not. And people don't recognize that. So unless you have self-awareness to kind of look at yourself from a outside perspective, a bird's eye view,
yeah.
you just think that actually what is going on in your mind is true. And it's actually scary when you start to realize that and analyze what's happening, what your mind is saying to you. And none of it is true at all. And in
No.
fact, it's not only is it not true, but you can actually change it so that you can start to feel better, vibrate better, have a higher
Yeah.
frequency, feel more love in your life, less lack. And it's crazy once you start to really analyze what your mind is saying. A lot of the subconscious stuff that we have.
Sorry, I have some alarm going on. Can you hear them?
Oh, I can't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. No.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to turn it
Go
off
Turn
ahead.
it
because
off. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
might annoy you.
back in
Yeah.
a sec.
Let me just pause. I'll pause it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, Julie's back. Everything okay with your with your alarm there?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
alarm for our meeting.
I
Already
know I moved it
started.
up a couple of minutes. It was just
That's funny.
spontaneously. But
Yeah.
Rebecca was just sharing something during the pause. Go ahead,
Mm,
Rebecca. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying before we hopped on here, I was watching one of your guys' YouTube videos, and it looks like you guys started a podcast, and I really liked it. It was you guys on the cruise ship,
yes.
starting your
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
We were on
that's
Amsterdam
fantastic.
on a cruise ship there. Julie and I went. I went with my wife. She took her husband, and we went on the cruise ship. And we
Nice.
did film some of the podcast actually on the ship. That was really really fun to do that.
And
Yeah.
isn't
And
that
we
such
want
a
to
great
do,
example
sorry.
of like the effortless abundance where you can work and do something you love while enjoying a cruise? Like
I
that's the
know.
best of everything,
That's, yeah,
honestly.
that's awesome, right? And life is bringing it even better than I imagined.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same. I imagine it's the same for you, Rob. Like,
Yeah.
how could we plan this and imagine that?
Yeah.
I mean, even my imagination was not up to the task.
Yeah. The
Hmm.
mind is limited on what it could be, but when you just relax into effortless being, it always brings more, way more than what
Yeah.
the mind can imagine. And
I
I just
use a
love.
lot of conscious imagining to feel
Yes.
that's coming. Oh wow, that's coming. But then I witnessed life bringing it something even better.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
I'm like, wow, okay. I'm open to receive that or better.
Yeah.
Yeah, what lights me up, Rebecca, is what you were saying. I love just cruising. Like I love traveling and I love cruising. So I just
Yeah.
incorporated that with playing and getting paid to do that. Like I do miracles on the ship. Like I do one-on-one sessions with people. I meet people like Julie. We meet on there. We do videos about books and promoting things. And so yeah, just tying that in like with my career or whatever you want to call it. So we can create other things that even though everything's maybe systematic in the world. If you think outside the box, there's infinite possibilities how things can be arranged. Don't ever limit yourself, you know. Do what you love and get paid to do it is what I would say.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And our society's so conditioned to do like the traditional, go to college, like stay in a job that you hate for your entire life, save for
Yeah.
retirement, like all of this stuff. And it's like, when you start to like step outside that and kind of look at society as a whole, and we're not really the happiest, healthiest, most abundant society, so why would
That's
we want
true.
to be part of that, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
started to think like that, and I'm like, I don't want to be part of what's going on over there, so I'm gonna like do my own thing over here. And I realized like, you can start living the life that you actually want to live today. You don't need to wait for retirement. You don't
Yeah.
need to wait for this big end goal or end result of anything. You have
Yeah.
to make your everyday life what you want it to be. Otherwise, it will never become that. And it's
No.
crazy to think, but my husband and I started getting on this journey, just being like, if we could do anything we wanted today and make our life absolutely, picture perfect, what would we do? And
Yeah.
so we decided that we are going to sell our house and buy an RV and RV full time and do
Cool.
remote work and
I love
RV and
it.
travel. And I was like, you know what? Most people wait until retirement to do that.
You
And
can
I'm
tell
like,
everybody I'm already retired. We got
who
the RV.
cares?
I'm already retired. I'm going. I'm living
Yeah,
life now. I'm not
Why
waiting.
wait?
exactly. And
How's it
my
going for
mentality
you now that
too.
you're RVing? How's that going?
Well, we haven't started yet. Our house is currently for sale, so we're
Oh,
waiting
you're
for
not
that to
joking.
sell. And then we are headed out and we're so excited about it. But my idea is like when you're doing work that you love, like I love writing books as well. I love doing the book narrations for people. I love bringing their story to life. Like I don't even want to retire from that. I'll just do that until I die. Like, but incorporate it and make it fun. You know what I mean? And I think that
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
what most people don't understand about the effortless abundance is that they don't make their life, their daily life, what they envisioned it to be today because they don't see how that can happen because society tells you it has to be this structured way. And
Mm.
I love that you guys are sharing that there's other ways out there because there's other ways to do it much better.
Yeah, and Rebecca, you have a good
Yeah.
story too. Maybe you can just share because you ran a very successful bakery business, and then you had a crisis of consciousness where you wanted to get more into health and things like that, and you
Yeah.
realized that this really wasn't your passion. You weren't in alignment with what you wanted, and maybe just share a little bit about that, and then maybe just share maybe some things in the book and how that resonated with your journey when you went from doing that to what you're doing now.
Yeah, I love that. It's so funny that how we connected and I got to do like your previous audiobook and do this audiobook because it's so aligned with where I'm at in life. And I think that you just attract those kinds of people in your life when you're at the time that you need it. So, my story is very, it's very ironic in the sense of I grew in scale. I dropped out of high school at 16. I, did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I just started this small hobby bakery business for fun. I didn't take it seriously at all. And eventually, over the years, my husband and I both grew it and scaled it to over $1 million in sales. We were very money focused. We were very material oriented, get the big house, buy a nice car, like all of the things that society tells you that you should strive for and achieve. And we were doing that. And we were, so miserable. We were super unhealthy because we were eating all the sugar and all the crap and all these
I
things,
remember you
right?
telling me that. Yeah.
So yeah, so it was just like there was so many different aspects happening. And then we were like, you know what? We decided we needed to get on this health journey. We needed to start feeling better, start feeling more alive. So we did that. I ended up losing 70 pounds. My husband runs marathons, which I do not do. I hate running, but he loves doing it. So, anyways, we got on this
Wow.
health journey while we were running this successful bakery business. And we were like, this no longer aligns with our values anymore. And so selling sugar to people, knowing how bad it is, I was like, I just felt so guilty doing that and I couldn't promote it anymore. So we ended up having to close it down, which came with its own set of trouble, like struggles, considering like, we had built all this material wealth and success and to just throw that away, we were like, it
Mm.
seems crazy, but at the same time, I just knew in my soul that it was the right decision. So then we got on the path of minimalism, detachment from material
Oh
things. Well,
yeah.
now we've been selling a lot of our things because we're like, who cares? They're just things. I don't care about any of this. I just want experiences and good people in my life. And so it was a complete mindset shift from this hustle and grind success culture that, Western culture says is the
Yeah.
epitome of success. And to go from that to where we're at now, where we're like, let's just downsize, let's declutter, let's live simply, abundantly, effortlessly.
Love that.
And so, reading the book and learning all of the things that I've learned, everything is so spot on in the Effortless Abundance book because that's exactly what we've been doing now. And you know what? We have less money than we had before, but we're so much happier and we're doing things that we actually love to do, prioritizing things. We have much more time in our day because we're not trying to manage $1 million business. And
Mm,
so yeah, we're just so much happier because of it, because of that experience. So I think a lot of times too, having that contrast of things in your life of like, this is what I don't want, and creating something that you do want from that is really important too. A
yeah.
couple of my favorite chapters from the book, reading them, was chapter 3 on the energetics of receiving, because I think that that one, a lot of people struggle with, even when you brought it down to the basics, things like, when you receive a compliment, do you feel awkward? Do you kind of brush it off? Do you get, feel weird about that? Or receiving gifts, or even just receiving help from somebody. A lot of people, because we're taught to like fend for ourselves,
Hmm.
and that receiving a compliment makes you vain or makes you conceited in some way. So a lot of our societal conditioning makes it really hard to break through those specific things. And if I thought, that's a really good entry point to your book, because I thought if you don't open yourself up to receiving things, you're never going to get anything that you
Yeah.
actually want. So I thought that that chapter was amazing.
Wow, that's really, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's one
I
of
I
Julie's
went on the
favorite.
same kind of journey of minimalism. Like I
Oh, nice.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, I did the same thing, like grind, 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 hustle, work, work, work. And then at some point lost it all. I was day trading the market, the money market,
Hmm.
like for years, just losing by fear of
Hmm.
lack, and went
Yeah.
on a like very down, very low, depressed state, unhealthy, overweight, wearing black all the time, like really in a low place. And one day I felt that's enough. I don't need this. And I rebuilt my career as a designer, started from zero, and then just did some more running and eating
Nice.
healthier. And I just like
Yeah.
I let go of all the attachment to the money and just felt so good, like just having this experience of I can run, my body can takes me it takes me places, I can have adventure with because of this body that is now strong. And then
Well,
there
and
was
you look beautiful because look at you're not wearing black
no
today, and you're
Yeah,
no
she's
more
glowing.
vibrant and
black.
So
alive.
you've changed a
No more
lot. That's
black. I have
amazing.
my health is really good.
That's awesome.
And so this passion for running, it brought me to minimalism, and we
Hmm.
cleaned up and I was cleaning like crazy. And then now I feel there's a new chapter for me. It's so exciting, is that now I value my service. So my gift, which is effortlessly arising when I coach and mentor people, now I value my gift because I realize, and I think everyone can realize that we are all infinitely worthy. But
Hmm.
if we are waiting for someone else to tell us our worth, it's never gonna come.
Mm-mm. So true.
No
Yeah.
one can have this responsibility.
Uh-uh.
We cannot put the responsibility of on someone else. So it is our duty to value our service to the degree of which we feel our heart is in it. And that value is not fixed. It can grow. And so
Hmm.
now I feel there's this balance of it's not attachment, but it's not an aversion as well. Like, like I kind of
Yeah.
went the other way, like, oh, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
So
have anything
true.
to do with it. And now it's more, why not both?
Yeah,
like
that
it's
actually
okay.
reminds me of the other chapter that I really liked that was chapter 4, that was the power of neutrality, which is pretty much what you're talking about. How, like,
Yeah.
it's not about like needing something to manifest, and it's not about trying to force or feeling lack from it. It's about just being neutral to it, like saying what you want, embodying what you want to have happen, but like also releasing the control and the external part of it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, you make
it's
a
so
great
much
point because a
more
lot of
fun.
people in the manifesting world, or they're doing it from a place of lack. They feel like they have to get
Yeah.
something outside themselves. They don't already see themselves as whole and complete and feeling
Has to start
abundant
there.
first. So you have to
Yeah.
start with yourself and feeling abundant, feeling whole and complete. And then that's just like overflow is what
Yeah.
that is. It's not because you're needing it to make you feel whole and complete.
And it's
Yeah.
so hard to like explain that to somebody, like if they are just getting into it because they don't know what it's like. But I just think, get a copy of your book, read it, and just try it out for a couple months. And then once you start to see things start to shift and start to happen, you're not going to want to go back to your old life
No,
anyways.
you're
You have
not.
to
You're
Once you
not.
see
try
it, you don't go back. Once you see another
We
it.
way.
we have an
No.
experiment and we keep
Yeah.
mentioning it, but for now it has not arose, but we want people to experience the book with us, to
Yeah.
join like a 3-month journey and step in every chapter every week, practicing one chapter and implementing, embodying it in your life. Because if it's not in a direct experience, it's just the head knowledge. And
Hmm.
it's like at some point you get like too much head,
So true.
too
Yeah.
much of
You
that. I
have to
just,
practice it in order to see it actually happen and to believe
Yes.
that it's true, right?
yeah,
You have
yeah,
to see it in your direct experience. And that's why the experiment's good because we hold that space for people where they can come on. And Julie and I are there to support them. And they
and
try
that
out
was
each chapter of the
really,
book each week. They can try it out and with our support right there with
it's
them.
gonna happen when it
That's
does.
awesome.
Yeah,
We're
we're
really
not tied
open.
to
We're
it.
really
Just like the
excited
book
and
is, we're not
open.
tied to
We
anything.
have a
We make
waiting
ourselves
list, but it's
available. Yeah.
it's also because we choose to value our time, so we
Yeah.
didn't give it away.
Hmm.
But I mean, I'm so inspired. I have many projects going on. And Rob has many projects
Yeah.
going on. So we just felt in our heart what feels in alignment for us to show up excited and enjoy and give all that energy to everyone so that they get the most out of it. And I also learned in my journey that when you invest in yourself, people invest in you.
It's so true. Yeah.
And so it's a beautiful place to be if someone is ready to take a jump and just see what
Julie, that's what I
unfolds.
found too, is what I felt like when I actually paid and invested in myself, that's when I noticed the change. That's when I noticed the shift. We can talk about it, but if we haven't actually done it ourselves, if we actually have we ever paid a mentor or joined a program where we spent what other people might think is a high ticket? When you do that, I felt the shift right then and there, actually, when I paid and when I actually did it. Because it's almost like saying, that
I'm
you're saying to
worthy.
the universe, I've done it, like I'm here, like, and I
I'm
trust.
serious.
Yeah,
I'm
like you're
worthy.
like I'm serious, I'm ready. And it's amazing when you come from that spot, how everything just aligns for you. Once you get
Yeah.
that confidence, and then you have that freeness of speech that you could charge other people that too. I've done it myself. I know it works.
Yeah.
So I can speak
Yeah.
with confidence to charging people,
Yeah. You
a
are
higher
in integrity.
ticket or
Don't
whatever you
feel
want to
like a
call it.
fraud or yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more
Oh.
authentic.
So what a journey.
So exciting. Yeah,
It's
I
it's
really,
fun to be in the effortless way. Yeah.
the effortless way is the best way.
It
Hmm.
is.
And tell us about your book, Rebecca. You're writing books too?
Yeah, so I have two books. So my first book was about my journey of building my business. So it's an entrepreneurial book. It's called The Million Dollar Bakery. And then my newest book that came out is called Wake Up and Smell the Coffee. And that's the one that is most aligned with my journey right now in my
Mm.
journey of transitioning, like letting go of that, stop following society and following the crowd and setting your own path. And I talk a lot about some of the stuff that you guys talk about in your book,
Wow.
like the detachment, minimalism, like how to live more intentionally and authentically. And, I still think you can, well, I know that you can still attract like immense abundance, but it doesn't necessarily need to come in all of these material ways. Like we're always looking for external things to make us
Mm,
happy. And we can
Mm.
have external things, but we need to get rid of the detachment to it and understand that that is actually not what's going to make us
It's
happy. It might
empty.
benefit, yeah, it might
Yeah.
benefit us or help us in our life or add some kind of value, but
Yeah.
not meant to fulfill us, and feeling a certain way or change how we feel about ourselves. So, when we're talking about material things, I think learning the skill of detachment that you guys talked about I think that was in chapter 4 as well, and being okay with if you receive something or if you don't receive something, just having that neutral
Mm,
detachment towards it is so important because in our society, we do value material things more than we should and
hmm.
more than the value they actually provide to our lives, really. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I've been really passionate about. So that book is called Wake Up and Smell the Coffee, and it is really aligned with a lot of the same messages that you guys write about too. And I think that sharing that message with people is so important and so helpful. So I love that you guys are doing that. And I love that you guys are doing the podcast and some videos as well, because not everybody loves to read. I'm a huge reader. I love it. I love listening to audiobooks as well.
Me too.
But the fact that you guys are doing different ways, like with, your courses or your videos and just spreading that message and spreading that word and helping people learn how to do that is so important because, our whole society is struggling, like they're in shambles, nobody's
Yeah.
happy, they're addicted to everything, and it's so sad, right? So offering them that hope.
It's kind of a little bit disappointing when you that was my experience, that running and chasing money. And
Yeah.
then when I got it, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
got big amount,
Yeah.
it was really disappointing to find
Yeah.
out that it didn't make me happy.
Exactly.
And then
I
I
know.
questioned, what's wrong? Is that it? There must be
Yeah.
something else. I mean, it's so disappointing to find out that it's empty. It's not that which gives us the happiness. So there's nothing wrong with having it. It's absolutely fun and be abundant and have more and receive more. It's absolutely fine. But when we project our happiness on it,
Mm-hmm.
at some point we find out it doesn't contain what we're looking for. And
Exactly.
if people are in a state of depression or desperation or disappointment because of that, it's kind of normal because you're
Mm-hmm.
finding out it's I'm not saying it's good that we have to go there to find out, but sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to get it to see that it's not it. But I
Yeah,
hope
and that
like more
happens.
people don't have to go to that length to find out.
I
And I think
know.
like some people are choosing now to not go in that model because they
Yeah.
see that it didn't really work.
Yeah.
So I think it's not even a question of age. Like I'm not so young and younger people can do this and older people, it's not a question of age, but I maybe some younger people they might kind of just say like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't look fun.
So true.
Yeah, I had one gentleman, I was doing a mirror call or a coaching call with him, and he's like, Rob, I built the businesses, I made the money, I did everything society told me to do, went to college, got the master's degree, built all these businesses, made all this money. And he goes, you know what? I'm not happy. I was told that if I did
Yeah.
all of these things, I would be happy. They
Yeah.
lied to me, and he was angry.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, like if you think about society as a whole, like it's everything is run by these big corporations that are, focused on making profit and money. Like that is their sole focus. It has nothing to do with like benefiting people or anything. If you think about the big pharmacy or even the food industry, all of these industries are made to have you addicted and have you coming back. And I really do feel like our society like wants us to be at a lower vibrational frequency because when we're in a low vibrational frequency, we often turn to those things where those companies make money, right? Like drugs, alcohol,
Yeah.
food, gambling, all of these things that keep you in a low vibrational energy. We turn to those more so when we're not functioning at our highest level because we need something to make us feel good because we feel like
Fulfill.
crap.
Yeah.
Feel like
So,
it
and then
lacked.
if all these
Yeah.
companies, yeah, if all these companies are profiting off of that, of course they want us to stay in a low
Yeah.
vibrational frequency because that's their goal. Like the more people that stay in that, the more money they're going to make. And that is their end goal. So I think just broadening our perspective and understanding that we need to take initiative for our own happiness, our own lives, and our own abundance, and that, society and the government does not have our best interest in mind. You have to have your best interest in mind. And it's really important to recognize that.
And that's how the world can change because if
Mhm.
we're collectively in agreement. That's why it's still
Yeah,
working. So mass
exactly.
consciousness is in a collective agreement
Yeah.
to being fed all
I love what you
kinds of
said too, Rebecca.
news. And but if we each of us choose our highest joy, then the
Yes, there
collective
it is.
shift
There it is.
Exactly.
through one by one. So I love that we are all like just popping up, like, hey, and hey, and
Yeah.
then it has a ripple effect. And it's very impactful for those around us, even if you don't speak about this. It doesn't have to be spoken about with everyone. Like, if people have some resistance, or I found out that the more I was trying to explain, the worse it got. So at some point I was like, just let's just be together. Let's just enjoy ourselves together, and that's the best. That's even like higher than words.
I love what you guys are saying because it really is a frequency game because we're in those lower frequencies. As you're saying, you
Mm.
can't see the opportunities because you're so
Mm-mm.
consumed in those lower frequencies. But when you're in the higher frequency, when you're in effortless being, which is like the highest frequency, you're just relaxed and at ease. All of a sudden, now it's expansive and you can see all the opportunities before you. And then
You
you're
couldn't
more, yeah,
before.
then you see the
Even like
joy, like you
walking, I
said.
used to walk looking
Yeah,
down, like being in my
Mm-hmm.
mind and
yeah.
looking down, like walk straight up and see the trees and the flowers and
Yeah, when you're on that frequency, then those other opportunities there, you can see them more clearly, and then you act through your joy, your highest excitement at that particular time, and then the next thing is revealed to you. So that's
yeah.
just
Yeah,
kind of
and
like
you
how it works.
also, yeah, and you also attract those people that are on that frequency level with you
Yeah.
as well. So you attract people who have other opportunities for you or just better, stronger connections as well, because I know that a lot of people can relate to, being around negative energy and feeling
Mhm.
that lower
Yeah.
vibration, and nothing good happens from that. And you cannot attract abundance, even just being in the vicinity of those people. But what I've found is the higher frequency that you vibrate at, you actually repel a lot of those negative people because they don't like that. That affects their energy, their wavelength, and they
Their
want to
belief
stay at
system
the
is too strong.
it
Yeah.
is, yeah, and
Yeah.
it really repels them. So, but the good news about that is it actually attracts the like-minded people. So you actually attract better quality people around you. And that is what really makes life worth living too, is those connections where you're, vibrating at the same level, you have a lot in common, you just care about the connection piece. And it's all about community. So I think that it's really
Mhm.
nice to be able to attract that when you change your vibrational frequency.
Yeah. Yeah.
The law of vibration, the law of attraction,
Yeah, and
the
give it
different laws of
time,
the
because
universe.
give it time, because I remember and I see sometimes people say like, well, I have no one around me that is like that, or that is saying
It does
that or
take
feeling
time. You're
that.
so right.
Give it time, and it's gonna flourish. It's gonna come. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow. Like sometimes like, oh, I wish I had more people, but you cannot also like chase and grasp and
Hmm.
grab at wanting these other being that you perceive
Yeah.
they have a higher frequency, and it's like, be yourself and give it time. It's gonna flourish and people will navigate, like they'll appear
Yeah.
through a set of circumstance. Like, just this book is a good example. It's not, we couldn't plan this.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that's such a good point too, is that to give it time because you really do need to clear out your space, which is really hard because if you're clearing out the space of negative people in your life, you need to clear out your space. And sometimes that means you have to sit in the emptiness or sit alone for a period of time in order to make room for the better connections to come. So it's so true
Yeah.
what you were saying, Julie, about like you do have to sit in that discomfort for a little bit, but just knowing that you're doing it for the purpose of the greater good of attracting better quality people, you have to be willing to let go of the negative people and not just keep them there out of convenience or just because you've known them your whole life or whatever
Yeah.
excuse is, right? You have to
Yeah.
take the initiative to say, no, I deserve better at quality in my life.
Yeah.
And you have to get rid of that and make room for the new quality. And that does mean you have to sit in space alone sometimes, which is actually a really great place to learn self-awareness and get to know yourself better.
I love that,
Yes.
Rebecca. Boundaries, we learn boundaries, putting
Hmm.
up boundaries. And so it's okay for people to put up boundaries
And
with.
if you're
Yeah.
in business or you're a coach or you're doing something, replace people by client. Sometimes you have to let go of client.
Yeah,
You have to
Oh, so
rise up
true.
and just
Yeah.
say, okay,
Yeah.
they're not meant to
not a
rise
good
up.
fit. Yeah.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't.
Hmm.
And if they are
Yeah.
not, then let
Okay.
them go.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
client will appear, but be safe in the unknown.
Yeah, because you're still, even if you're working to help people, you're still working with their energy as well. And if they are, if they're still in that negative space, it's going to still affect you in some way. So definitely, making sure that you're aligned with the clients that you work with is so important because you don't want to be absorbing their negative energy as well. Even if they're starting at a lower, at a lower frequency, but they're really trying to get up there, then you
Mhm.
Yep.
can see them working towards that progress. That's totally different than somebody who's coming to you with the same problem every single time you try to mentor them. And it's like, well, they haven't made any progress. They're making a lot of
Or
excuses.
they're
So I
not
don't
doing the
think
work. And you're like,
exactly. And
sometimes, you
yeah,
know what I did? I increased my price because some clients, they're not willing to do the work.
yeah,
So
yes.
we're wasting your time here.
Hmm.
I'm called to serve.
Yeah, and Julie, you got
Yeah,
to be excited too. So that's why it's good that you raise your price because you want to be excited about it as well, and your
yeah,
time is
Yeah, I love
valuable.
it
So that's
so
great.
much. And I
Yeah,
see that when the person invests, they do the work and it's so
it's so
rewarding.
true.
And
You
it's
get a different
my
client at that
reward
moment. Yeah,
is to see
yeah.
their reward,
yeah.
is to see how much it changed them. And yeah, and when they're really serious and that's what I love. But that's my own inner alignment. It's not mean to say that it's everyone.
Oh,
It's just what feels really true and fun and joyful and exciting. So yeah, yeah.
love that. Anything else last minute you guys want to bring up before we close out? So thankful to have you both on the line talking about the new book,
Well, I want to
Effortless
know where are
Abundance.
you, Rebecca, in this moment? Are you in the United States?
I'm actually in Canada, so I'm in Ontario, Canada right
Ah,
now.
we're so close.
But where are you?
I'm near Montreal.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So we're waiting for our house to sell, of course, and then we're going to get an RV, and then we're hoping to spend 6 months in the United States and then 6 months in Canada because we just love traveling. And I love the southern states. Like my favorite is Arizona, Utah type thing. I also
Oh,
love Colorado. I
wow.
love the mountains and nature and photography. So I'm really
Wow.
excited to embark on that journey and to write more books and narrate more audiobooks. Like I was saying earlier, like it's so important for people to recognize that they don't have to stay stuck in what they do not like doing. And
Yeah.
everybody knows they can feel it, even if they're like, oh, I don't know what I should do with my life. If you're not lit up and you're not excited to wake up in the morning or you're dreading going to work, then that's a clear indicator that you are not happy in what you're doing. Yes, you can experience, an unhappy day here and there or stress
Hmm.
here and there, but that should be situational. People don't
Yeah.
recognize because we're so used to living in a chronic state of stress and unhappiness. So we don't realize that that is actually supposed to be like one
Mm.
off. Like you have a
Yeah.
bad day once in a month. You dread going to work once in a month. It's not supposed to be every day. And I wish more
No.
people would recognize that
Oh, yeah.
because I really do believe that that is what, a lot of our disease stems from and health issues and all of these things that keep us in a lower frequency are a result of our, living a stressful, unhappy, unfulfilled life. And we have the control and the ability to change
Yes.
that. So I think that sharing that message is so important. And the way that you guys did it in the book that made it so easy to read, easy to understand.
Mhm.
Like you weren't using I've listened and watched a lot of other people try to explain certain things and I'm like if it's over my head and I've been learning this for a long time, I know it's going to be over a lot of people's heads who are just getting into it. And the whole goal is to get people interested and into this lifestyle because like you were saying earlier, Julie, the more collective people start being happier and living more fulfilled, that's how you
The easier
change
it
the
gets.
world.
Yeah.
So, and I love that.
Oh, wow. Well, you're living it. I
Yeah,
love in
you've
my
embodied it.
imagination. In my conscious imagination, I have the RV too.
Yeah, me
And
Yeah.
I
too. It's
absolutely want to
exciting.
do this with my dog and my partner.
Mm.
And I love
Well, a
the
lot of people are so tied to like, getting a bigger house, getting like more material things that they can't even wrap their head around like, downsizing their closet or getting rid
It's
of,
true.
whatever, right? Like they can't
yeah,
even fathom
It's
that.
carrying that.
true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
kind of it's a journey, right? It's
Oh
progress. You have to
yeah.
start with the mindset and the minimalism and the detachment before you can even get to the stage where you're like, I don't even care about a big house anymore. I don't care
Oh,
about
but
all
I
this stuff,
want
right?
both. I want the big
Yeah,
house
yeah.
and the RV. I
Yeah.
love both. But the RV, I really like. I love the. Do you still have a little bit of time, Rob? Are
Yeah, of
you
course.
not?
Yeah.
You're not depressed?
Yeah. No, no, keep going. I didn't know what your guys' schedules were, but
I love the vibe, the road trip vibe.
Yeah, me too. It's so
Like
fun.
living your life like a road trip, to me
Hmm.
it's effortless abundance. You know, when
Yeah.
you go traveling and you are open to, we'll see what comes up, and you meet someone and they tell you go there, it's fun, and then you go
Yeah,
there
I
and the
love
other
that.
person tells you go there, it's fun, and you live
Yeah.
in this flow. And
Yeah.
I used to experience that traveling, and I felt miserable in my life because I was not giving myself the permission to live it in my life, in my actual day-to-day life.
Hmm.
And I found out that's why I was so miserable. Because
Yeah.
I did it on vacation, and as soon as I came back to my life, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't like doing this. Why am I doing this? And now it's like, oh, you can do it. You don't
That's
have
a
to go
really
on
good
the
point for people listening. Like, look at the moments in your life where you experience that happiness. Like, if it is traveling, or if it is when you're at your vacation property or whatever it is. Like, look for those glimmers of where you feel the happiest, and ask yourself how you can make that in your everyday life. Like, integrate
yes.
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then so I started living my life like a road trip. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
know. I
great.
feel
I
like
love
going
that.
there. We'll see. It's so fun.
That is
And
fun.
so that's the inner freedom. It's I always like projected that it was because of the RV, or I needed to be on the road to be happy. But it's not that. It's the
It's the
inner
freedom.
freedom. And
Yeah,
then you get the inner freedom and the road trip at the same time,
You
which
get it
is
all.
even
exactly.
more.
And not only that too, but I find like as a really creative individual, like that's where I get most of my inspiration from is from, the new people that you meet or the new environments or the new
Sure.
cultures or the new food.
Mm.
Like that's where I get so much inspiration for anything that I'm writing or video or photography. And I don't know, I just feel like that is like if I could have more of that in my life, then I would be so, 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 so happy. So
Oh,
that's kind of the
nice.
route that we're headed towards.
That's awesome.
Wow. Awesome. Great.
Love that.
Well, we may be in touch. I'm working on another book.
Oh, wonderful.
Tell people the
I'm
name of
so
your book.
excited. Yeah.
Unsubscribe
Oh, cool. Can you give me a little bit of rundown of what it's about?
from limiting belief to unlimited life.
Oh, I love that. That's going to be so good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. What about
It's
you?
in the working. It's not
Okay.
it's yeah, it's easier when we do I find it easier when we do it the two of us,
Okay, that makes
because
sense. Yeah.
you know, like when it's time to read again,
It's
Yeah,
such a process. Oh
I
my
know.
and then you
God.
say like
Yeah.
you do
The
it.
editing. I know.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
true. I can totally
Yeah.
relate.
I might find someone to edit. Are you editing book too, or?
I don't do editing. I do
Oh.
everything else, but I just don't do the editing
So
process.
time
Oh, I
consuming,
have
right?
someone that can
It's
edit.
freaking time consuming. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
What
Rob
about,
gave me a name for that. I have someone who
yeah,
can edit, but if
I
I need
connect
the
her with it. I got
Audible,
all the connections. I give her all my connections.
nice.
so generous.
Are you writing anything now, Rob? Or are you taking a little bit of a
Yeah, I
break?
have another partner that I'm writing a book with right now that we're writing one about effortless conversations is going to be the name of that book.
Oh,
So
awesome.
as soon as that comes out,
Wow.
I'll contact you for that one as well. So yeah, I got some stuff going too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So you guys
Who's the
enjoyed
author?
the collaboration process of
I
writing the
like
book
doing
together?
collaborations. I did my first, what, 3 or 4 books I did was on my own, but I have more fun when I'm co-creating with people. That's just how I am. I
Makes
just like the
sense.
energy of it and just Like make
Yeah.
some more fun. I
Oh,
like to bring more people to the party. It's like I'm having this
Yeah.
party. I'm like a billionaire at a party having a good time. And I
Yeah.
just want everybody to come.
It's
Come on the
yeah.
cruises with me. I'm going on a cruise in March. Whoever wants to go,
It's
come.
awesome.
oh,
So
So anything
fun.
I'm doing, I like to bring the crowd in. I love
mm,
connecting people, like connecting you two, connecting
That's
other
awesome.
people, and just I don't know, I just want it to be a big party.
That's so fun. What a good way. What a good metaphor for life. Just make it
Yeah.
a big party.
It's like I'm
That's
having this
great.
big party. Come join.
Well, the
yeah.
party's no fun if it's just you, right? By
Right.
yourself.
Makes
It's
it
fun
more
to share the
fun.
party vibe. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like at these two
yeah.
Yeah.
beautiful beings on the call with me that I got to
Yeah.
meet and entertain.
Oh, it's
It's so
awesome.
great. Yeah. I love to see where everything's going to go too. You just never know what
No,
opportunities are
it's
going to
so
come up.
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. And who has the chance to find it?
Yeah.
Find the gem in
Exactly.
it. Yeah,
There it
Yeah.
is.
yeah.
I'll put all the
It's
links on there
available
for.
to anyone now. It's not something that is out of reach. It's not something that
Mhm.
is, oh, not for me, or it's available.
For
Mm.
everyone. All right, I guess we'll close out there. Thank you guys so
Okay,
much for joining. That
thank
was really
you.
exciting getting you guys on the call together and meeting each other and talking about our book, Effortless Abundance. I'm excited about where it's going to go and how it's going to really help people and support people, in realizing that they are already abundant. And so I'm really excited that this is getting out there, and I'm excited that we now have it on Audible as well with
Mm.
Rebecca's beautiful
Yay.
voice. So I
Thank you
may
so
even put
much,
a little,
Rebecca.
yeah, I'll even
And good
put,
luck with that house. We're gonna
yeah.
consciously
Thank you.
imagine that the perfect person
Thank
appear
you.
for the
I hope
benefit of
so. That would
everyone
be so
involved.
nice. Send me some positive vibes.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be so great.
win-win-win. Like I
Definitely.
can imagine
Yes.
someone being so happy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for allowing me to narrate your books. I loved working with you again for the
Yeah.
second time, Rob. It was so easy
Yeah.
and
I got a
effortless,
lot
of
of great,
course.
great feedback on Awakening to Effortless being the first book you did.
Oh,
A
good.
lot of people loved
Good.
your book. So that was great. I really
Awesome.
Awesome.
appreciate
And
it.
if anyone wants to work with you, you'll have
Yeah.
some of your contact in the
Yep.
description.
We'll
Absolutely.
put it in
Thank
the
you.
notes
So
there. And
nice.
I even put maybe in my YouTube channel, I'll put a little demo of the book too, so people can hear
Yeah,
your
that'd be
voice,
awesome.
a little
Oh
something demo.
yeah.
You could do
Good
that too,
idea.
Julie, put a little demo maybe
Yeah.
on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And we'll reference you there, Rebecca.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm
I love
excited to
this
hear about
chat.
your RV
Thank
adventures
you.
when we get together on our next call. When you do our one of these other books that we do together, we'll get
Amazing.
updated again.
Awesome. I can't wait. Thank you guys so
Yay!
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
yourself.
You
Thanks,
too.
guys.
Thanks, Rob.